Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you want to see how we updated our kitchen with this beautiful range hood by getting rid of our over-the-range microwave, stay tuned. So if you've been around for any length of time, you know that one of the first projects we did last year when we closed was to get rid of that over-the-range microwave and cabinet. And here's a link to that video. So our next project was to take that kitchen backsplash tile and extend it all the way up to the ceiling.
ABC, New York, Miami, London, Canada, Texas, Washington DC, London, Alabama, New York, Miami, worldwide.
Yes, y'all. Feel the beat, y'all. Freak, y'all. You don't stop. Yes, y'all. I feel the beat, y'all. Freak, y'all. You don't stop. Yes, y'all. Feel the beat, y'all. Freak, y'all. You don't stop. Yes, y'all. I feel the beat, y'all.
Yeah. Ain't no party once we crash the party. I'm a street shorty.
So here's a finished project, and that cardboard is there because that is where our range hood is going to be. So by this time, you could tell that we were pretty busy with updates. We were preparing for our pot filler. We had our new black appliances. We had extended our cabinets to the ceiling, and we were adding shiplap to our island. So what you're seeing here is our initial range hood that we had. However, once it was installed, Tom was just like, absolutely not. We worked too hard, and this range hood is not on par with the updates that we have done. I completely agreed with him, especially because once I added the extender to this particular range hood, I didn't like the fact that you could see a seam in the trunk of the range hood. However, I didn't really know what the alternative was because the range hoods that I was really drawn to were about $3,000. So that's when he said, you know what, I'll just make it. Now, mind you, up to this point, Tom's only experience with woodworking is probably in high school when he took woodshop class and then extending the cabinets and adding shiplap to the island. But that was all the motivation he needed. So I returned the original range hood to Amazon and purchased this range hood insert. If you put that in, you got to put probably a filler behind it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put
fill in a gap.
Right,
yeah.
Put a little piece. I'm gonna chop a little piece of wood here.
And put it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then pop, and it'll be just fine.
Yeah. So you cut the pieces. So this right here is regular wood.
Yes.
And this right here is plywood.
This is the plywood. I didn't go with what they recommended because this one looked better. And the last piece to go on will be the breastplate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's this front part. Put that on last.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to nail it to the wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be able
That looks good.
Yeah. So the nails are probably gonna go through here, and then.
You have long enough nails?
Yeah.
How thick is
I'm
that
gonna do
wood?
the longest nails I can get, which will be the 2.5-inch nails.
How thick is that wood?
This is 1.5 inch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be 2.5-inch nail. It'll go straight. If I get the board, it'll go straight through here. If not, then I'll get the anchor. But I'm gonna put as many nails as possible right here in this spot, so that it'll stay up.
Okay. So although we did prime and paint our wood, we eventually decided that it would look better if we went ahead and added the shiplap to our range hood, just because it would be more consistent with the theme that we had in our home.
Use a brad nailer first, just in case I have to pull a board up or make a correction in some way. you can always take the board off from a brad nailer much easier than a finisher.
Okay.
And the brad nailer holds just fine. But that's the purpose that I use the brad nailer initially. Now, if I have a board that...
And the holes are smaller, so
Yeah,
you don't
holes are
have to
much
do...
smaller. And, you know, if I do need to use the finisher on one side to even it out, to push the board maybe in just a smidge more, to make it a little bit more even, then I will. But the brad nailer is it's always the first step in putting these things.
So we got our motor from Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. And then this crown molding, Tommy did not make this. This crown molding is actually a Z-Line product, and we got it from an online retailer for $99. Actually, because it was my first time purchasing it or purchasing a product from them, it was like $10 off. So we got it for $90. And the purpose of this crown molding is that it has the ventilation, because this is a recirculating range hood. So what that means is that the air it doesn't travel to outside. It basically goes up and out. And so that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna suck up the air and be able to go out. Piece.
This is the back.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to make sure that it fits. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut holes here and holes here, leaving the frame, but leaving an opening so that the plug can go into the wall.
Okay.
And I also have the room to pop the nails and the screws in the back.
Okay.
So after this is on, and I put the crown on, screws, ready to put it up.
Okay. So what you're watching now was possibly, in my opinion, the hardest part, which was just picking this huge range hood up that was super heavy because we had the insert inside of it on top of all this solid wood, and affixing it to the wall and ceiling. But Tommy did it. So I just want to give a shout out to all of the wonderful Pinterest blogs and articles, as well as all of the wonderful YouTube videos that we just really studied, especially Tommy just studied, so that we could get our dream range hood for this home. So here you see Tommy adding the last piece to the range hood. And now that we have the actual physical range hood done, it is time to add that chef's kiss to it. And what do I mean by that? The shiplap, the trim and the shiplap. That is what's gonna give it its custom look for this kitchen. We did apply this the same way we applied the shiplap to our island and to our upper cabinets, which was simply adding some glue. And then once it's affixed, that's when we would go ahead and take our brad nailer or finisher and nail it in. So up to this point, we had been using the wood that was left over from our previous projects, and we had finally ran out. So now we were off to Lowe's to purchase some additional shiplap wood, and we had the gentleman to cut it, and we also had to get some additional trim. We ended up getting the pre-prime shiplap board that was about 12 feet long, and that's what we got cut down. And it was about $25 a board.
Measured all the boards, cut them at the proper angle so that they all fit in. Keep all the lines lined up. This piece goes here. After, the trim will not be added until after it's been wiped off and painted. That way you're not trying.
So you're gonna put another coat?
Right, I'm gonna put another coat on to give it a nice pretty shine. Then this trim, the L-shaped trim, is gonna go.
That's what we call the L shape. We're not sure what it's called, but that's what we call it.
That's gonna go here. Obviously, I'm gonna have to cut it at an angle down there and up there.
So it's gonna go on all the edges, and it's gonna go on this bottom edge too.
On the edge and then on the bottom. The trim will go there, and then this trim is going to go in front here, like so.
And that's a half round.
Half round. Last piece of trim will go up there and over here on the side.
Back there. Okay. All right. There were some areas that we had to clean up, and we didn't want to get dust everywhere. And so what I thought of was just using press and seal to kind of cover those areas, and it worked. And now there's nothing left to do but to prime and paint that trim and just to clean it up. And shout out to my bestie Leslie, who stepped right in and helped put the finishing touches on our range hood. Love you, girl. Good. Okay, now do me a favor. Turn it up a notch. Good job. And turn it up another notch. And then turn it twice. And you gotta go back and forth to turn it off. There you go. Was that simple to use? Your asparagus looks good. But yeah. Do you know how to use the pot filler? Let me see. I'm trying to show them how husband-friendly these updates have been. Would you agree they're pretty husband-friendly? Okay, he doesn't know where the cups are though. The cups are not there. Are you getting a cup? Oh, okay, you're getting a bowl. Okay. Good. Good job, babe. Husband-friendly? Husband approved? And that is how we updated our range hood. Now you go take your piece and give God the pieces.